who receive government help for groceries will see some new restrictions. These new limits are being imposed on junk food like candy and sodas as part of the Make America Healthy Again push. Let's bring in Dr.
Welcome to the Savaged Unfiltered Show, where we say what the hell everyone else is scared to say. Hosted by Michael Gardner. Raw, unapologetic, no filter, no bullshit. Savage.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. We got a big one today. We're going to talk about how the Trump administration, literally, going back to January on up to here in the month of February, is wanting to push for a ban of sugary drinks, junk food from the SNAP program known as food stamps. Okay. And so far this year, in the last month and a half, it has reached 18 states with this, my personal opinion, necessary approach here, Tom. Do you think that this is a good thing or?
No, because I just, you got to rely on people to be smart enough to figure this stuff out. I don't need no government telling me what to do. Less government. We need less government control. Don't be telling me what I can drink, what I can't drink. I mean, I'm smart enough to figure it out. You don't have to tell me not to drink gasoline. I know it's going to kill me.
Well, here's my approach on it.
Okay.
I'm with you on that, but as a taxpayer, I have a problem. When I see my taxes going up for bullshit programs like this, because it is a bullshit program. And the reason why I say it's a bullshit program and it's become a bullshit program and a wasteful program is because when I see my taxes go up for like little than maybe 1 or 2%, I have a problem. Oh, what are you going to complain about 1 or 2%, Savage? I am going to complain about that because I'm going to tell you why I'm going to complain about that is because these programs that were designed, okay, going back to like the 60s and 70s, okay,
Right.
when it first was introduced, was only supposed to be designed for families and individuals, okay, that were struggling with a temporary basis. Nothing to be like career based and live on forever. And I mean, where you see food stamps now, Tom, it is absolutely out of control.
No,
So it is, yeah.
Man, I agree with you. It ought to go back to the way it was established. The idea and the intent when it started. Go back to that. Quit adding all that. No, I don't want people using I don't want them. I mean, if they want to buy it on their own, buy it on their own. But I don't want food stamps being used for junk and garbage. No, stay out of McDonald's. No, you can't use them there.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. When you bring up stuff like this, people will also challenge the fact that, oh, well, what about my rights? Well, your rights about what? First of all, you're getting a government assistant program such as SNAP or food stamps, right? Even WIC. I mean, I understand an extension towards WIC. It helps out, mothers that are pregnant and it helps out nutrition. I get that. That I get, okay? I have no problem helping out my fellow mothers of America.
Right.
Okay? But I do not like helping out the slums of America. And I hate using that word, but it's true. I mean, you have people that just want to go on food stamps because it's an easy approach and they don't have to take out $200 every week or every month or whatever the hell they get. You know what I mean? It's just laziness.
It is. And we should not reward laziness. Our whole welfare mentality now, it's just rewarding people that are lazy. They don't want to work. I love the fact that they're talking about you have to do X amount of hours, work or community service or something to qualify. And I think they need to carry it one step further. You got to pass a monthly drug test.
Yeah.
A random drug test. I mean, when I worked, I had to pass drug tests to keep my job.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on welfare, you need to pass a drug test to keep on welfare.
Yeah.
And if you fail it, you fail it. You don't get it no more. No, we shouldn't be handing that stuff out. No.
Now, starting this week, okay,
Yeah.
the states like Utah, Nebraska, Iowa, Indiana, and West Virginia are now facing the new restrictions. So, if you live in any of those states, folks, you will not be able to buy sugary drinks and junk food from the SNAP program. And this is part of the new Make America Healthy Again push that was actually started under RFK Jr.
I don't have a
Okay.
problem with that.
Yeah. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And of course, it's going to draw some outrage and some controversy from the left. They're going to say, well, what about people that can't afford things? You just said
Too
it in your
bad.
own statement. Did you not? You just said it in your own statement. What about people that can't afford things? Okay. If they can afford a $4 bag of fucking potato chips, they can probably afford almost $6 or $8 for those little cube steaks. I mean, that would be more healthier, would it not?
Yes, exactly. Well, what about them? If they can afford them, let them buy it. I don't understand that at all. I don't want to pay for, Joe Schmo over there, his wife picking up these Doritos. The Doritos are in the little bit Debbie, the little Debbie snacks and all that stuff. No.
Yeah.
If you want to go over to the deli and pick you up some deli meat and some cheese and maybe some, little healthy salads that they have over there, fine. But don't be buying that garbage. No,
it's garbage. And I like the fact where it is growing. I mean, because this is growing, this ban on food stamps. It started out with 5 last month in January. Now it's up to 18. And more states are jumping on board. Now, are we going to have issues with Democratic run states? Absolutely. I'm sure they're going to throw that to the congressional hearings that, the ban is a little too much. Come on.
Well, no one's saying that you can't pay for it and do it yourself. No one's saying that you can't buy it. They're just saying that the government, we the people, the taxpayers, are not paying for it. We're not flipping the bill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I can't get my Sprites. I can't get my sodas, my Pepsis, and all. Well, too bad.
Too bad. I mean, that's
go get a job, go get a part-time job, make some money so you can pay for it yourself.
That's right. And I mean, here's what they say. Right? They say also too, right, where most of the people have gotten to this point in society, due to complacentness, laziness. I mean, isolated from the outside world. A lot of it was to do with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I will agree to that, because this is what Democrats say, when, who was in office, Joe Biden. Democrats are now saying that Biden's economy was good.
How do they figure?
In what reality world do you live in? Seriously.
It's almost like they have this mentality that everything was fine up to the day that they swore Trump in. And then like groceries are really low. They're low. They're way down here. Trump is sworn in. Boom, down the way up here. They forget the fact that it took 3 years. It took 3-4 years under Biden for everything to get that high.
Well, listen to this. Huge inflation made Americans poor. They did. Because there was a lot of inflation during Biden's presidency.
Exactly.
Okay? And they also believe laying people off during COVID was actually, in their terms, creating jobs and setting off overheads on a respectable level. What? Explain that.
And carry that a little bit further. They claimed that once people, okay, COVID started to come to an end and people started rehiring people.
Yeah.
Look, we created jobs.
That's what they did. They took that as a credit, like they're creating jobs. No. I'm sorry, Joe. That was
rehiring people.
Exactly. Yeah. You were rehiring individuals from a furlough. Literally a furlough. They were on furlough, more or less. If you don't understand what a furlough is, then it takes about 5 seconds to Google it. Okay. And you'll understand what furloughs are. Basically, they were all furloughed through COVID because COVID basically restricted everybody and had everybody locked down for fucking fear mongering. And that's why everybody is, to my personal opinion, the way they are. I highly suggest you guys check out this past Thursday's show with Rage. Me and Tom and, the Blue Cat, Bob Lament, we got into Rage. Okay, so it piggybacks a little bit off of today's program here on Saturday versus, the program this past Thursday with that. And I want to talk a little bit about this here. Okay, about this laying people off, which is kind of linked to what we're talking about today. Why did Biden's economy leave us huge 42 million people in America who can't feed themselves? They can't. To this day, they don't know how to. They don't know how to get work. They don't know how to pick themselves up. They know how to live off the fucking government. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
that they know how to do.
Yeah.
But they cannot find work to save their life. So how did it leave some 42 million people in America with an issue of can't feeding themselves? They don't understand how to. Oh, I need my food stamps. I need this. No, lady. No, sir. You need to get up off your fucking ass, get a fucking job, and learn how to properly take care of yourself instead of always relying on that hardworking individual called the taxpayer, okay, that works off his ass to pay for you. I'm basically a father to some 42 million fucking lazy motherfuckers in this country.
Exactly. I think it's more than that. I think the number's bigger than that, but you're right. And people joke about it all the time. We should be able to claim all those independents on our tax forms.
Yeah. And then also explain why is everyone worried about 42 million people losing their SNAP benefits and not worried about why so many people are on SNAP. They'll advocate for those 42 million people on SNAP, but they don't worry about why they are on SNAP to begin with. Question that, Democrats. Question why you have so many people in this country on food stamps. And I'm going to be a little harsh here, but I'm giving you fucking true statistics, folks. Okay? Do you know that there is some like between 50 to 60% of the general public in America that is obese due to food stamps?
Oh, I believe that. Yeah.
Almost 60%.
Because they're buying all that crap.
It's not that you're just buying the crap. Most of these people do not have jobs. Nope. Most of these people are unemployed. Most of these people, and if they are employed, they're sitting on their little keyboards at fucking 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on TikTok lives, fucking Facebook, all that stuff, Twitter, X spaces. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're complacent. They're not active. So that's another example of what COVID did to the generalized public.
Sure.
It destroyed it.
It did. It did. It did. And I think to help flip that mentality, those vaccine shots.
Yeah.
It affected everybody's brain. There was something in that. Nobody knows what was in that vaccine. Nobody. There are a few people, but they're not saying what was in that vaccine. And I think it affected people mentally. It dumbed them down, for the lack of technical terms.
Yeah.
It dumbed them down.
Now there's something here I want to talk about with the excuses I see in America. Okay, I see excuses constantly, whether I'm in spaces or I'm in lives or I'm hearing other programs like through podcasting and stuff all over the place. Right. And the excuse I hear is, well, they always bring up that lovely excuse. Well,
starting a business can seem like a daunting task. unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
I'm struggling right now, and I can't find ends to meet. Okay, you talk about like there's no jobs in America. There's plenty of jobs in America. That's not the issue. The issue is you do not want to work those jobs. Just say it.
I don't want to get up in the morning at 5:30 and get ready for work, and then I got to drive to work. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah. And then they go into the next excuse, right? And this is where you can catch their exposure for who they are. Bullshit artist, okay? Well, how am I supposed to make ends meet when I only work $12 an hour, right? I only make $12 an hour. How am I supposed to make ends meet? Okay. If you want to go into there, I'd like to have this conversation with you. Sure, they say. How much is your cell phone bill? About $110. Okay. How much is your rent? About almost $1,700.
How much is your cable? How much is your cable?
Yeah. Exactly. They're going through everything of what they are currently, their livelihood. Yeah. And I was like, well, here's your problem. You're living over your means.
Yeah. What does that mean? You got too much going out and not enough coming in.
Yeah. And then they say, well, that's not fair because there's other people that could live within their means. I said, they probably worked hard to get to that position.
Yeah.
Just like you need to do. Stop living over your means, live within your means now, and then if something picks up, like a better job position, an offer at your job, or if you see something on Indeed or something popping up somewhere on the internet that pays like fucking $25, $30 an hour, boom, take it. And you're fucking living with your means. Fucking simple. Wow, I figured that in less than 5 minutes. How come you can't figure that out?
And you might have to cut some things out, like cut off that cable. You might have to go without cable for a while.
Yeah.
You might have to dumb down your telephone package you got, drop it down. I don't mean dumb down, but I mean drop it down, go for a lesser package, cut out the driving. If you're not going eating out at McDonald's and that every day, you're not driving. Stay home and eat. Make a sandwich.
Exactly. Guys, starting next week, guys, we're going back on Podbean. That's right, guys. Monday the 23rd. So just 2 days from now, guys, we'll be on Podbean, literally. I mean, it's a blessing in the sky, really. So I had fun. I was telling Tom the other day with Bob that, it's been about a year. And I was talking to Tibbs and Michaela and the rest of the team here that it just makes sense to go over there because we've been kind of experimenting now for quite some time, in the last, couple of seasons now, the last couple of years. And I've had this idea because I've been doing this show now for seven years, but the last maybe 2 or 3 years, I've been playing around with different platforms to see where my niche quiche is with live streams, more or less.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Tibbs, producer Tibbs, and I said, let's go back to Podbean. It's an excellent platform. I think it would work with us very well. I like the call-in features. And let's just go with it. Let's see how it works, for the rest of 2026. So, he was excited to hear that. Michaela was too. And starting this Monday, guys, next Monday, we will be on the Podbean app.
Live at what time?
At 12 p.m.
Live at 12 p.m. East.
12 p.m. Eastern, and that would be about what, 9 a.m. Pacific.
9 in the Pacific.
Pacific, get it out there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, but let me do a thing here. Now, if you tune in to the Old Man's Podcast on Podbean at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern, come into our live show, and then we're about an hour and a half long. And then once we're done, hang around on Podbeam and jump into Savaged Unfiltered Live.
That's right.
We're like the we're warming you up for that show.
Yeah, it's like
we get you in and we calm you down. Hey, good morning. Here's some coffee. You feeling good? You're looking great. Okay.
You're like the opening act, more or less, I guess.
Yeah, but this is what we're doing. We get okay, yeah, all right, good. Okay, now you're ready. And now, okay, this is the Old Man's Podcast. Good, okay. All right, here comes Michael Savage. Bam! Man,
No, I'm just Michael Gardner, guys. Michael Savage is my grandfather. Just Michael Gardner. Yeah. No. Anyway, guys, so join us there next Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern on Podbean. Yeah, it's going to be a good stuff. Back to the show, guys. So the problem here, Tom, is I believe we live in a society, okay, where not only people live over their means, okay, they can't balance their budget or their finance to save their life, okay? And they buy ridiculous fucking stupid shit. Literally. You see people using a $1,400 cell phone to check shit like food stamp balance and other programs like that. $1,400. I mean, you think I'm making this shit up.
No,
you have people on food stamps that have fucking iPhones more expensive than this fucking shitty ass thing that you probably see there's cracks already in it already. Yeah, that's my phone. I mean, I'll fucking use this until I can't use it anymore. And then I'll just go to the store and get another one. But no. You can't say that. You can't bring that up. They'll get triggered. Oh. That's all they will say is, oh, well, how can you afford that?
Well, I gotta have it. It's my right. No, that's not a right. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that you have the right to a phone.
It's not a right. It's not a right. And then you wonder why people have high blood pressure, type 1 diabetes, and they're constantly going to fucking medical appointments because this is the shit that they fucking live with every single day of their life. That's probably why our country has the most highest amount of obesity and diabetes. And I'm not being mean, folks. I mean, because you have complacent people that do not know how to live. Seriously, I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, my father was a little bit bigger than I was. My father was pushing almost 275 pounds at one point of his life. But but he worked every day. He fucking got up. I don't have a problem. Well, I don't have a problem. Let me just say, am I concerned for those people? Absolutely. Everybody should. As I am concerned for people that are like fucking 100 fucking pounds. I am concerned. Okay. But I'm also concerned because we have huge amounts of laziness in this country.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop. I'm not having this on my tax dollars. I'm sure you get fucking pissed off too. Your tax dollars are probably going over the roof there where you live.
Now, it's just like, you don't see little kids running around anymore outside in the playgrounds or in their yards, because they've all gained too much weight and they're all sitting there playing games on their phone.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see this coming soon, right? When this food stamp ban comes into full effect, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more other states that are going to pick up on this ban. This is what's going to say. This is what the left's going to say. Brace yourself. The food stamp riots are coming, right? Yeah. The food stamp riots are coming, right? They're going to get in with their little fucking picket signs. They're going to go all over the fucking place, and they're going to fucking chant and roar like little fucking babies.
Yeah. And it's all going to be Trump's fault.
Yeah, of course. That's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to go, But anyway, I'm glad that MAHA, right? Make America Healthy Again. MAHA is pushing to restrict SNAP purchases of sugary drinks and processed snacks.
As they should be. Yeah.
And it's not about, hold on, leftist America. It's not about limiting choice, right? It's not about that. It's just that these programs like SNAP and food stamps were designed for one purpose only: nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. That's what it says. It's part of the SNAP Act, right? The Nutritious SNAP Act. It's fucking in all 50 states of America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or cruel or anything, but is a fucking bag of potato chips nutrition? Is it nutritious for your body? No.
Or that orange crush soda you just bought. Getting that slushy at the machine, that's not
Yeah.
healthy.
These are supposed to be temporarily based, folks.
Yeah.
Temporarily based. I need food stamps to carry me over for a month or two, maybe 3 months to get until I get my feet on the right path. Boom. No problem.
Well,
No problem.
when we raised our two kids, in my first marriage, we were on the WIC program,
Yeah.
and we used it until we didn't need it anymore. And then we just dropped it. Okay, well, we don't need this anymore. We dropped it. Kids are older. They can eat they can eat more different. They can eat the McDonald's and the French fries.
Yeah.
No, but it's one thing to get on the program and then get off it when you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and milk it. Just get off.
But here's the thing. It's about ending taxpayer-funded addiction pipelines. You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
The addiction pipelines from those people I just mentioned, right? Because as a taxpayer, I want to know how much of my state here in Georgia is lobbying towards these people on these programs. How much are these families getting? Savage, you don't have a right to know how much money is being allocated. You're damn fucking right I do have a fucking right.
It's my money.
It's my money. Remember that fucking commercial back in the day? It's my money and I want it now, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to say it that way, but I'm going to say it's my money and I want to know where it's going to now.
Exactly.
Right? So, I mean, please, somebody out there, if you're going to fucking want to make a political commercial about that, you have all my right to use it. And probably if you want to use my voiceover, I don't mind. But I mean, I have a right to know where it's going. I have a right as a taxpayer to know how much a single person, okay, a single person, that means that they're not married, they don't have a family, they're just single, is getting a month. I have a right to know if they're getting $150, $200, $300 a month. I have a right to know if they have cash allowance because some of this fucking program gives out cash allowance every month. That's nice. That's nice.
Wish I got a cash allowance.
Yeah. I have a right to know how much that man and woman, right, when they're married, as well as if they had kids, is getting a month. Because I'm concerned, because when I see that, then I know, oh, shit, now they're going through a fucking tax reform. So my taxes are going to go up now this year. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. If you want to allocate and if you want to more or less push for programs in this country to help families, instead of dumping money into food stamp programs, why don't you dump money into educational programs to help these people get a fucking job?
Yeah, we don't teach people anything about the workforce nowadays. We don't teach anything anybody. We don't teach kids finances. I mean, I learned family financing when I was in grade school.
Yeah.
We learned about checking accounts and savings accounts and writing checks and doing balances and all this and that. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody has a clue.
No.
They're just doing like you see them doing this with their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I see that.
There's no accountability. And then when it comes time for bills to be paid, I don't have the money. I don't have the money to pay my bills. Well,
yeah. Well, that's because for decades, big food lobbyists, right, rigged the system to keep junk on SNAP menus while raking in millions, if not almost billions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you remember back in, what was it? Last year, actually, the Nutritious SNAP Act last year finally cut the cord between corporate profits and public health disasters. You remember that? That was actually through the leadership of RFK Jr.
Yeah.
And he got a whole bunch of backlash and backburners from fucking Democratic lobbyists and donors from that. They're like, oh, no. You can't do that. Why not? Why not? What? You're not qualified to say that.
Yeah, you're not qualified.
They love that word, not qualified. You're not qualified.
The most unqualified people for anything are telling you you're not qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not qualified. Yeah, they're not qualified. Now, I like how this is going into this, okay? Because I want to get this in real quick, before I get a quick break in for one of our sponsors here. So states like Iowa and Nebraska, right? They aren't banning snacks. They're defunding diabetes industry complexes that are costing taxpayers some $200 billion annually in obesity-linked Medicare and Medicaid bills. Okay, I like where they're going with that. They may not be banning the snacks right away in their programs, but they're going after those Medicare programs, the fraud behind it, where they'll say, oh, you need to be put on this medication and that medication. And then fucking 2 years later, they fucking are diagnosed with another fucking illness or disease in their body because
that requires more medicine and more pills. And more
because they were misdiagnosed 2 years prior to that. So I'm glad that Nebraska and what was that? Iowa's going after those programs. So I'm glad to see that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, get this here. Let me get this in real quick. Critics are crying, Tom, and they're calling it a nanny state. Have you heard about this?
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, read into this. I want you to read into this. And folks that are listening in, if you haven't caught this, look into the nanny state between those two states of Nebraska and Iowa. Okay? The critics are saying this, and they're crying about it, that those two states ignored that 78% of SNAP households want healthier options, but then they get trapped into food desserts like soda subsidies. This is what the critics are actually saying. Come again?
Yeah.
Seriously? You're going to cry about that? But again, going back to my earlier argument, you're going to cry about that, but you're not going to cry about the millions upon millions of your citizens in those two states. Just for a small example of Nebraska and Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not just Nebraska and Iowa. I'm not talking into a third person, okay? But yes, Savage, there's other states in the country that have these issues. Yes, including my state of Georgia. We have millions upon millions of people on food stamps. Literally, it usually highly dense blue communities like Atlanta, all that.
I think we got, if they get into it and start digging into all the fraud in that, which I really hope they do, they're going to find out that they got millions upon millions of no citizen on food stamps. They got money going out there ain't nobody there. That's not a real person. This is not a real person. They're sending out money, billions of dollars to nobody except for the fraud people.
Do you think?
I do. And or people that are already dead. It's just like the voter fraud. It's the same kind of fraud. All these, dead people and people that and people that don't even exist are drawing all these accounts. It'd be like me being an accountant at work, creating an account to get paid $200,000 a year, and that person is not a real person, but somehow a roundabout way it goes to me. It's fraud. And if we did away with the fraud in this country, things just would be so much easier. Costs of everything would go down. I mean,
Yeah.
But what I was going to say this, you say we see Democrats get upset when these programs come out. Going up against pharmaceuticals or going up against the big food industry people. The reason Democrats are all upset because that's affecting their pocketbook. Because they're on the take to these companies. And when you start going after those companies, now you're going after who's sponsoring, if you want to use that word, because people understand sponsoring the Congress people.
Well, it goes after the donors. The donors are taking a big hit on it, and they don't like that. They're like, hey, I'm gonna advocate for you. I'm gonna support you. I am going to literally fund your cause. But if you make me look like shit, no. We're going to go to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm going to give you money. I'm going to be paying you, but you screw me, I'm taking my money, and I'm not, So it all boils down to money. It's going into their pockets.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Guys, Blackout Coffee, I love him. Tom is starting to love him as well, too. He's you almost out of that, by the way? I know that bag is getting very, very low, I think, in a way. But anyway, guys, Blackout Coffee is experiencing rapid growth here in 2026 with over 16 million in annual sales, let alone just in the years between 2024 and the majority of 2025, as well as 20% higher sales in the first half of last year.
Woo!
Okay. That's, tremendous. John over there is doing something right. Now, the company, which is based in Florida, a small town in Florida, Fort Pierce, Florida, and they mainly focus on small batch, right? They're not big on the big batch. They're very small batch type of company. But with that being said, guys, you're going to understand why they focus on small batch. They focus on roasted coffee, fresh coffee. That's literally grounded in their machines, like usually between 24 to 48 hours before the bag gets shipped out to your house. That's what I was telling Tom here when we sent them a free bag there with the courtesy of John, the CEO. I said, that bag was literally, it was
roasted ground bag shipped.
Yeah, it was processed like at least 48 hours before it was sent to you.
Right.
So it's fresh, like literally fresh. You're not getting a bag that's been sitting on the fucking warehouse shelf for like fucking 2-3 months. You're getting a bag that's literally fresh. Literally fresh.
It was so fresh that when I tore that top and popped that seal, it slapped me on the face. That's how fresh it was.
Yeah.
It was almost blackout coffee. Blackout almost knocked me out.
That's right. That's
right. Good coffee.
Now, something great about this company, guys. Not only are you seeing fast growth, which was ranked number 353 in 2024 amongst the 5,000 list of Fortune 500 companies. Mm-hmm. That's not bad. Out of every coffee company in the country, 353. Hey, I'd take it too if I was a large company, but like that. And number 17 in the fastest growing food and beverage company, which I just got into the fast turnaround. 17, number 17, the fastest growing company. Okay. Their customer base with over 275,000 customers with 12,000 plus subscribers, meaning for their premium stuff. Okay. So it's good stuff, guys. Now, Savage, you're giving us all these little hot sheets about the company. What else can you give it about the company? Well, for today only, okay? I don't know how long it's going to last for because their sales, they come and go, okay? But that's what's great about Blackout, guys. They come and go, okay? For the next 48 hours, they're having a 30% off limited time sale. That's right, guys. Unlock a sweet deal now. Save 30% off on these delicious 30%. Yes. You had to say it again. It's 30%. 30%. Tom's like
30%.
That's right. Now you're going to get 30% off their delicious flavored Keurig pods, okay? And anything that is available on their website. That includes their merchandise and their regular whole bean and their regular ground.
Yeah.
So don't miss this out, guys. Okay, use this promo code SURPRISE30 at checkout to snag your discount. Okay, and if you miss that, guys, use this promo code SAVAGE15. You're not going to get 30% off. You'll get 15% off. Hey, it's better than nothing. So if you missed that 30% off, I'll give it to you one more time, guys. Okay, that's surprise, like the word, surprise 30 at the end at checkout to snag your discount. Okay, and that's only a limited time. And like I said, you missed that, you can go right over to our promo, Savage15, and you get 15% off your entire order on the website. You can't beat it. So anyway, guys, back to the show. I love Blackout. I can't emphasize them more than enough.
Good coffee.
Can't, and you're partnering with them too, I'm told, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna, we're gonna have them sponsoring us over in the Old Man's podcast on Podbean. Yeah.
That's great. That's
So
great.
signing up with the affiliation.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And look out for those promo codes to drop on the Old Man's podcast, guys, on Podbean. I'm sure it's going to happen pretty soon.
Yes,
I'm sure they're going through the verification processes over there, down in Florida for Tom. But anyway, back to the show. So what we're seeing is a reset, Tom, within the forces of accountability not only with law enforcement, with immigration programs like ICE. We're also seeing accountability with these type of programs with food stamps and SNAP.
Yeah, we should. We need to. Yeah.
Yeah. And if a product can't survive without government subsidy addiction, it shouldn't exist to begin with.
No. If you can't survive without having the government bail you, then you have no business being in business.
Mm.
Yeah. And then plus two now, if the people that make this stuff, it's like the soda companies, they have these sugary drinks and all this and that. You can't tell me that they can't come up with a line of drinking, a product to drink that is within the health realm. They can do it. They got scientists, they got, engineers over there. They could create something that falls within the lines of the parameters. So you need to have that fizzy drink. They can create it, and it falls within the drink. It falls within the guidelines of the of being able to be under the SNAP program because it's healthy.
It's the fizzy drink. But isn't it weird that in America, let me say that again. Isn't it weird that in America, our country, our flag and our culture offends so many people, but our benefits don't?
Oh, no.
Isn't it weird? That flag, the most deranged, delusional, radical mindset people out there in America. That piece of cloth, right, that resembles our freedoms, our liberties, our constitutional values, offends every one of those individuals. But those tax-paying programs don't. They love it.
Oh, yeah. They'll badmouth the country to the tilt, burn the flag, do everything. But, boy, don't take their SNAP benefits. Yeah, they love that stuff.
An average health expert right now will look so fake. They will be presented with the most highest design of clothing, right? With the most fabrication of vocabulary. Now, an average science denier, right?
Yeah.
That will always challenge science, whether it's right or wrong.
Which is what you're supposed to do.
Will be big and mighty and strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're healthy.
Yeah.
The average health expert is unhealthy, overweight, probably has a ton of migraine headaches every now and then, chain smoker.
Well, think of
alcoholic boozer.
Think of RFK, who's in our position here in the Trump administration, and compare him to who was in charge in the Biden's administration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you have that? I'll put that I'll put that image up actually.
I don't. I wish I did.
This is the image I'm talking about here. Here we go. I just put it up, right? So here is the average health expert, right?
Yeah.
You know who that is? That's Bill Gates, folks.
Bill Gates. Yeah.
And there's the average science denier, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's RFK Jr. No, folks, that's not AI. That's actually his body.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a muscular dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bill Gates. Yeah, that's his actual body. That's not AI.
No. I'm talking about.
No.
Well, that's not AI either. That's actually real life. I mean, his man boobs are sagging down and everything. He's got like the fucking
turkey
neck where his fucking is that an Adam's apple or a fucking gulfa from a turkey? It's hard to tell, right? I mean,
people are looking at this show and they're looking at you and me, Mike, and they're looking at me going, the old man has no room to talk. Yes, I do, because I'm a big fat guy and I know exactly what they're saying is true. It's true.
Well, hey,
what we're saying is true because it's true.
Yeah.
You know,
but there are what's called healthy overweight people, and there's what they're called sick overweight people. Just like with skinny people. There's healthy skinny, and then there's unhealthy skinny.
Exactly.
You know?
You got some.
I mean, I'm thin, right? I have tone in my arms, but I mean, I'm still a small frame guy, but I'm a healthy small frame guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I know people that are fucking 300 fucking pounds and they're healthy.
Yeah.
They stay active. Like what you're doing right now, Tom, is active.
There was a book put out in the 70s called Fit or Fat. Fit, F-I-T, or Fat, F-A-T. Fit or Fat. And that's basically what it talked about. And it's like what you put in your body is what makes you healthy. You know, and I mean, you can be a big guy and still be healthy because it's what you're putting into your body. You know, you're not filling it with all the junk food. You're not filling it with all the high sugar content, sodium content stuff. And that's why you feel good. You're a big guy, but you feel good. You feel healthy. But that's not the guy I was talking about. I was talking about the you know who I was talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Biden.
Dr. Doom Fauci, right? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about that transgender Surgeon General
yeah.
You know, he's supposed to be out for health, and the guy was the biggest.
That guy was a fucking fraud and a jerk.
Don't get me started.
And he was nothing but a fraud and fake and fabricated and all that other stuff. Exactly. He's not even talked about anymore. Like no one talks about that anymore. I'm glad that fucking circus is out of the White House. Literally.
Compare him to RFK is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
The people that are in charge of that.
Now people always say this, okay, as we kind of close up here soon. The why do I always feel like crap? Okay. Literally. The why do I always feel like crap? And this is the starter pack, right? We got into it early in the program here. Hamburgers, Coca-Cola, McDonald's fries, Lay's classic chips, a beer, vegetable oil that fucking pour it all over. Guys, you're going to, Savage, you're a hypocrite. You were just saying earlier this past week, okay, with the whole Chinese thing, okay? I love vegetable oil. I know the fucking Chinese, they pour it in that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But in moderation, folks. In moderation.
Yeah, in moderation.
Okay? I'm not saying that McDonald's fries are good. The Big Macs up there are good. They're good, but in moderation. Am I saying go to fucking McDonald's 6-7 days a week? No. I mean, because
once every couple 2-3 weeks you go and you splurge. You have, I wouldn't go to McDonald's because they got other surprise stuff in their food. But you go like to you go like to Red Robin,
Red Robin.
Good, or Wendy's and that kind of stuff. But not
not
every day.
this is why you feel like crap, folks, because you probably consume this on a daily basis, right? For all my single mothers and depressed women out there, the wine is kicking. I know it is. You'll be sipping that shit at fucking 8 o'clock at night. But no, this is why you feel like crap, and rightfully so. But here's another thing, okay? Now, can we go back to this era right here? Okay, I took this actually from 2024. It's about 2 years old, but
Hey,
the reality, Tom, is still very much active.
okay.
Can we go back to this? 1970s, when you had fucking women looking beautiful.
Well, the guys looked good too. I mean, yeah, people like that. Exactly.
Look at the difference. That's like, what?
All you got to do, and you know, people say, well, you know, come on at the beat, but all you got to do, people, is look up historical pictures of New York. Look at pictures of Times Square from the 60s and 70s and compare them to today's pictures.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you'll see.
Yeah.
You see people walking around looking good, looking healthy.
54-year gap between this 1970 and 2024. 54 years. Okay. What do you see, folks? You see these people active. You see these people wearing cut off shorts, which I'm not really into that trend. I'm just making a joke, folks. Okay. But you see the women very healthy. Why were they healthy? Okay. Because statistically, women ate more healthier back then.
Yeah.
Okay. They consumed more fruit and vegetables back then.
More health conscious.
I mean, look at that. That's that woman right there standing next to the guy on the right-hand side with the white bikini.
Yeah.
That is a natural frame on a woman. She didn't go to the gym to get that. You know why she's like that? Because she's fucking eating about probably 70 to 80% of fruit and vegetables during that time.
And she's up and about doing stuff.
Yeah. Now, let's go to the the delusional mask wearing freaks down there in 2024.
actually, Michael, I think, to tell you the truth, the girl to the right in the black bathing suit, the dark one.
Yeah.
This is down here, the girl with the mask. I think they're the same person. This is just her older.
Oh, really? No, it's a different person. I didn't take this off of AI, actually.
I'm just kidding.
I took this off of Brian Stagello off of X. So I appreciate you, Brian. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to give you a credit right now. So I always give credit to people thinking, oh, no, Savage is stealing pictures and videos. No, I'll give credit.
Chances are that the people you see in the 70 picture, and if they stuck with the lifestyle that they were having, if you see them now, 50 some years later, they'd probably still look, pretty healthy, pretty fine.
Oh, yeah.
They'd just be older, but they'd look fine. They look healthy.
They would be healthier because of the mindset and the livelihoods that they lived.
The lifestyle, yeah.
The responsibilities, right? They would carry that some 54 years later because that's how they were brought up with their mother and father.
Well,
their family.
When those people in the 70s picture, when they were going to school, that's when schools were teaching you nutrition and all that stuff, and what to eat and to be healthy and that kind of stuff. That was, I can be honest with you. When I graduated high school in 1971, and I looked around our high school and I remember making a comment. Here I am, a senior, and I'm making a comment saying, this is the last graduating class that's going to have any kind of value in society because the way the schools are changing. I could see it then as a 17-year-old kid. I could see how the schools were changing. And the schools have changed so much in 50 years. The kids aren't being taught anything about life at all.
Yeah.
They're brainwashed. They're indoctrinated.
Oh, absolutely.
That's another show, though. I'm sorry. Got off on a tangent.
No, you're good. You're good. No. Like, the thing is, like, I want to pull up these comments here so you can see them, okay? Because there's concerned people in there on X, right? That is commenting to what I'm discussing here. And I want to pull this up here, guys. So I'm going to share this screen off of X here. So let me scroll down here. Let me go through some of this, right? Josh basically saying junk food should have never been on Snap. Good riddance. Thank you very much. You're going to get a heart. There you go.
I agree.
Kitch is saying the sad part of it is that parents can't do this without government help. I feed my kid a healthy diet and have since she was just a toddler. I've packed her lunch for the past 8 years. She hasn't, or what does it say? Oh, she has daily exercise and plays almost all sports. I forced this all on her since the very beginning, and now as a 14-year-old, it's just normal life to her. Her physique and health are next level. It's not hard to mold a healthy lifestyle into your children. There's another heart for you, Kitch. I agree with these people, right? I mean, look at this is positive outcry right here. Okay, This is what I call positive outcry. This is positive concern for obviously what we're going through in America. And it should be discussed today on the program, right? Orange Unite, right? Or excuse me, Orange Unit, right? Hat tip to Orange Unit out there. I support this 100%. The problem is identifying where the line is drawn. Who makes that decision? Amazing, healthy direction the U.S. is going through. These people, look at this leftist America. You think I fucking generated a fucking graphic, right? My team generated a graphic to put this up? No, this is actual fucking comments coming off of X, okay? And this literally, I mean, before I go here, because I want to kind of comment a little bit of what Austin said there on the bottom, okay? This is generating like fucking millions upon millions of views right now on X, okay? And this is actually coming from, okay, pages like RFK Jr., Rapid Response 47, MAHA, which is another account, which is Make America Healthy Again, okay? These are all people from all walks of life in America.
Yeah.
That are voicing their concerns of what they see. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Now, I want to go to this real quick before I close it out. Now, Austin is saying he's given the full 18 states, right? I gave you the full 18 states. Now, the full 18 states with approved waivers and planned 2026 restrictions, okay? With those items that are no longer going to be available on SNAP or food stamps include the states of Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and West Virginia. Those are the only 18 states currently right now with approved waivers for restrictions, meaning that they are passing them through their respective houses in their states. Now, it's a little concern here. I live in the state of Georgia. I want to see Georgia as the 19th. I would also like to see Tom's state there.
Yeah, the state of Washington, but
yes.
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
Yeah. Now, these changes, folks, are aimed to promote healthier eating among SNAP recipients, affecting millions across these states by redirecting benefits towards more nutritious foods. Great. Love to see that.
Make it happen.
I mean, really, I'd love to see that. I love how RFK, little meme there. RFK Jr., when I tell him bourbon is mostly corn, so it counts as a vegetable. Come on, with that fucking stupid silly shit.
You know what's funny? I know, but you know what's funny?
Yeah.
See, we can look at that and we can laugh and go, shut up, you moron,
Yeah.
But if you flip the script, if we say something like that to a leftist, they go like you talked yesterday on rage. They go crazy.
Yeah. That was actually our Thursday's program, folks.
Thursday's program.
Yes. So you got to catch Thursday's the Thursday program. Okay, that dropped this past Thursday on Spotify or wherever you hear a podcast. So
great show, folks.
Yeah, it was real good. I mean, literally, we got into how leftists don't understand humor, but they appreciate rage. right?
Yeah.
They can look at a porno right now and they can be fucking literally offended by it.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that, man? Why is there so many white penises on pornos and not enough black penises? Like, this is the dude. You think I'm making this shit up? Like, this is how fucking deranged they have gotten. Why?
I was hoping you were making that up.
Why don't we have enough mixtual couples in America? Why does everybody have to date white people? A white on white couple, right? Or black on black couple. You see what I did there, folks?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
See, so this is how they act. It's the rage. It fucking sells. I'm telling you. Fucking Bob thought I was fucking like, he was like, Mike, you're going off your rocker. I need you to come back, come back, come back. Like he thought I was crazy by saying this on Thursday.
Well, this is a reality. This is a real reality of that rage. Is like Trump's people comes out and says, you might want to watch how much Tylenol you're taking if you're pregnant, because that's not healthy for the child. Oh, they go crazy. They go so crazy. They're taking bottles of this stuff.
Yeah.
That rage is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was true. Scientists said it. Don't take that. Doctors were saying, no, you don't want to take that Tylenol. That's healthy. Yeah, they just take one little thing and they're blinded by their rage.
Yeah.
Blinded by their rage.
That's just the way they act. They're highly demented people. I believe some of these people belong in a fucking nut house, literally. I mean, seriously. But also too here, I wanted to shed this in here, coming from Alicia Savannah 1. I guess this is off of a TikTok video or something, where Indiana resident here of Alicia just witnessed customers getting denied by sugary drinks at a grocery store on Snap. Thank you. You think that we're just using this for clickbait and we're fear mongering the left right now? Oh, absolutely not. Should I show it?
We need to see videos of that.
Should I show it? I'm going to show it anyway, guys. Check this video out.
So the SNAP laws changed today. It is January 1st, 2026. I just witnessed in real time the first person get denied to get a drink because of the law change in Indiana. Mind you, stores have no clue what has been taken off. Customers have no idea what has been taken off. As I watched this older lady sit there and profusely shake, asking why. Why can I not get a beverage to drink? It was Snapple tea, mind you. That really fucked me up in the head to watch.
What?
That was probably the one nice thing she was going to have today, was her cold beverages to enjoy, Just fucking.
Hold on. Let me comment first. I know you're getting there too, Tom. Let me comment on first. Why is she not allowed to purchase this on a food stamp card? I can tell you why. Because it's a fucking food stamp card. If you want to buy a fucking Snapple drink, buy it on your own fucking hard-earned money.
Exactly.
Not my money.
Exactly.
I don't support you using my tax dollars. I don't. If I lived in Indiana, okay, I'm using this as an example, folks. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So let me go. Let me pretend that she was from Georgia. Okay. In Georgia, I have a big problem with that. I don't care if that fucking Snapple drink was $3, $4, $6. I don't even care if you bought a fucking Arizona tea for $1. Okay? It's not about what you bought. The principle is that you're using my tax dollars, okay, to buy it. So that's also telling me that you have an issue using your own money and you'd rather use my money to purchase the fucking drink. Well, it's not your money. Yes, it is my money. And it's fucking millions upon other millions of Georgia residents' money too that you're using.
As a matter of fact, you complaining, the liberal complaining, it's your tax money. It's all of our tax money that's paying for this stuff.
So here's the thing about this woman, right? So now that the EBT restrictions are now full in effect in her state, I can totally, you're not going to get this from a Republican. okay, or even a conservative. Yes, Savage, there's Republicans and conservatives on food stamps, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is, okay? But will they go into full rage on this? No. Common sense ones will probably have logical thinking and saying, wow, the president's really, really serious. RFK Jr. is really, really serious about making change towards food stamps and cutting the fraud, cutting the ribbon, right?
Yes.
They're serious about that, okay? And it's probably going to motivate maybe some of us on the right to get better paying jobs.
Yeah.
Instead of being lazy.
And maybe some moms are going to go, well, I can't buy, no, little Timmy, I can't buy you that soda anymore. So maybe you're going to have to start drinking water,
So I could,
healthier.
I could tell that she's a Democrat.
Yeah.
She's horrified of this new change.
Yep.
And I like the words that she used. That really fucked me up to watch. You know what fucked me up to watch, Alicia? People that have to have that idea that I'm just going to stay on these food stamps until they're obsolete.
She looked like she could go get a job.
I'm going to go renew my food stamps now. What is it? Every 6 months, Tom, right? Every six months, right? I'm going to go renew my food stamps because, hey, it's free. I'm getting free money, baby. That's what fucks me up in life.
Yeah.
When I see fucking people like this.
Me too.
And then she uses the word heartbreaking. I'm heartbroken.
Because she couldn't get a Snapple tea?
Your fucking day was shot because you couldn't get a Snapple tea? If you want a Snapple tea that bad, maybe you should go fucking work overtime at the fucking Piggly Wiggly or something. And then you can afford it.
Or, Michael, if she's that upset, why didn't she buy that lady that apple tea?
Yeah.
I mean, that Snapple tea. You could have paid for it out of your own pocket.
Right. You could purchase that out of your own pocket. Now, President Trump has basically went into this theory with a lot of what we're seeing with the outrage. I mean, this has been going on since last month, and I knew where it was going to go, Tom, here. We got a couple minutes here, so I will plug it in. With how the country was going to react with this, this is a different president, folks. This is a president actually delivers, actually states his promises, okay? Not only through his campaign, but check this out here, okay? Because we are going to close up here in about a minute, maybe 2 minutes here. But you got to look at this video here because this was an actual meeting between the Trump administration. This was actually last year now, folks. This was actually last May. Okay, excuse me. Oof, bad heartburn, bad coffee this morning. But this was last May, okay, when they were planning to ban junk food and sugary drinks from the SNAP eligibility programs, okay, putting healthier diets on the mantle. And everybody thought that Trump was full of shit. He wasn't going to be able to do it and this and that. And they were mad to the zoo, guys. Check this out.
The second thing is that you mentioned, sir, in your remarks that we are on track to sign multiples of SNAP waivers to get junk food and sugary drinks out of our food stamp system. And I am so proud. I am so proud to announce that on Monday, I was in Nebraska with Governor Pillen, where we signed the first one. An hour ago, I signed the second one for Governor Braun in Indiana. He may not even know that. I've got it right here, sir. I also signed the third one, Governor Kim Reynolds of Iowa, about an hour ago. With a half a dozen more coming down the line. And, sir, that has never happened before. Under Republican or Democrat administrations, we have never made that happen before. So I am so proud and so grateful for your leadership.
Morrissey here, who was the first one to apply from West Virginia.
Oh, Governor Morrissey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We will make sure you're at the top of the pile, sir. I apologize. Governor Sanders has been a leader. Governor Polis from Colorado. It has been remarkable how these governors have stood up.
Colorado?
Yeah. And she mentioned not Colorado. She did mention Colorado, but she mentioned Indiana. That was the video I just showed from that fucking deranged Democrat.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It's a horror. No, lady. You know what the horror is? That you're not going to be able to fucking fraud out your fucking state anymore. That's going to be the horror. That's going to be a beauty come true. A beauty. A beaut. It's a beaut. It's a beaut clock. Remember the Christmas vacation when he's looking at the Christmas lights? It's a beaut clock. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, great stuff coming out of this. President Trump and RFK Jr., for the first time in history where you actually seen a former Democrat now turned Republican working together, folks. That is tremendous, historical. I mean, just implementing new SNAP regulations and within days, literally days from last month when this actually went into full force. Stores in several states will prohibit all of this stuff to EBT users.
Yeah.
Okay. All this stuff. And I love how she went into that. Oh, we don't know. The clerk did it. Yeah, they know. Come on, folks. They know. It's a simple little keyboard search. You go over to your local state EBT restriction list, and it provides that. They have to provide that by fucking law, folks.
Yeah.
They have to provide what's eligible, what's not eligible. So don't give me the fucking spin, lady, that you didn't know, the fucking store clerk didn't know. Just because it might be like a Stop and Shop, okay, and they have a little terminal on the fucking thing, right, that where you swipe your card, they have to provide a list behind that counter if the fucking customer needed to look. And if they don't have the list, then they would lose the benefit access to that EBT terminal. Come on, folks. You don't think I did my fucking homework as a fucking broadcaster? Yeah, folks, do your homework. Look it up. It's right on your fucking state fucking legislation of the fucking SNAP program. That's all I have to say on that. Other than that, guys, thanks very much for joining us. Happy Saturday to everyone out there. Appreciate you guys tuning into this past week's programming. Savage 10, we just released one yesterday that was tremendously funny, a little bit humorous, but some serious takes in that. And then also too, guys, join us this Monday, guys, for our relaunch of our Podbean Lives at 12 p.m. Eastern, me and the old man, and maybe a few little surprises coming your way next Monday. So
yeah, baby.
I'm just saying it's going to be, there might be a couple little surprises coming up there. I'm not giving out any leaks or any of that, guys, but thanks very much. Take it easy. And we'll see you Monday, guys.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.